I'm here in London and I'm very tapped into what's going on at the moment, and the drumbeat coming from Westminster and even coming from Buckingham Palace P. Diner is that it's just going to be impossible.
It started like all royal disasters do, quietly, sneakily, like a whisper sneaking under a locked door. No one saw it coming. A small rumor online, a fuzzy screenshot that looked like nothing until it suddenly became everything. The kind of chaos you only get when the truth was never meant to come out. One clip, one buried piece of footage, and suddenly, boom, the internet's on fire. Because what Meghan did to Kate, it was never supposed to see the light of day. People thought it was just gossip, another royal tension rumor that would fade by morning. But this time, it wasn't just whispers. This was oxygen meeting flame. At first, it seemed harmless, an old behind-the-scenes clip from years ago, dug up by someone with too much time. Everyone expected a bit of tension, maybe an awkward exchange between Meghan and Kate, you know, just the usual palace ice smiles. But when the footage loaded, when that timestamp appeared, everything froze. Because a faint voice off camera said something so sharp, so icy, it made everyone's stomach drop. It wasn't Kate, it wasn't Meghan, it was someone who shouldn't have been filming at all.
Make no mistake, that is the future for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as well. And it's well-deserved on all sides. Both the Yorks and the Sussexes have done a lot of damage to the
And the moment that voice was heard, the moment that mystery whisper slipped through the speakers, the entire royal internet exploded. You don't even notice Meghan at first. She's just there, polished, smiling, playing her part. But Kate's body tells another story. Her smile looks glued on, her eyes drop, her shoulders pull back like she's bracing herself, and then the fourth second. That fourth second destroyed everything. Meghan leans in, whispers something, and Kate's face changes. One expression. One flash of emotion. It's impossible to misread. People slowed it down frame by frame, zoomed in on Kate's micro reactions like forensic detectives. And when insiders confirmed that Prince William had seen it, oh, the world lost it. He was livid, one royal source said, not annoyed. Not disappointed. Livid. And that word from William, the man known for control, calm, and icy silence, hit like thunder rolling over Buckingham Palace. But the first ones to panic weren't the palace. It was Meghan's own camp. The minute the footage spread, phones lit up like sirens. Her PR team, lawyers, assistants, all scrambling, panicking, firing off crisis messages. Because this wasn't tabloid drama anymore. This was reputation meltdown territory. The clip didn't just show tension, it showed intent. And intent, that was the one thing Meghan never wanted caught on camera. And here's where it got worse. The clip wasn't leaked by some random staffer or paparazzi. The voice, that calm, eerie whisper saying, "Keep rolling, she won't notice," belonged to someone close to Meghan. Very close. Someone she once trusted. And the moment the internet figured that out, everything went nuclear. Everyone expected Kate to be the one trembling after the leak. But no, it was William. His reaction wasn't explosive. It was quiet, measured, terrifyingly final. Insiders said he's been patient for years. That video ended it. Before William said a word, the internet had already gone full detective. Who said those words off camera? Why were they filming? How long had this been hidden? Theories flew faster than Meghan's team could breathe. Her PR machine went into overdrive. Frantic calls, legal threats, PR spin, but nothing stuck. They said the clip was edited, out of context, manipulated, but no amount of excuses could erase the look on Kate's face. That single, frozen moment said everything. And just when Meghan's team thought it couldn't get worse, insiders whispered, "If that voice is who we think it is, we're finished." Within hours, social media detectives matched the voice. Same tone, same rhythm, the same tiny breath before every sentence. And the internet's collective jaw dropped. Because the person behind the camera wasn't a stranger. It was someone who had once been part of Meghan's own inner circle. The betrayal was surgical. For Meghan, it was a nightmare come true. If that person had recordings, then this one clip was just the beginning. Meanwhile, another royal bomb quietly exploded behind the scenes. William had been given the full, unedited version before the world saw it. And when he heard that off-camera voice clearly, he didn't rage or yell. He just stopped the video, rewound it, played it again, and said one chilling sentence, "I know that voice." That was it. That's when the storm started brewing. The internet might have been arguing over filters and accents, but William wasn't guessing. He knew. He knew who betrayed the palace. And unlike Harry, whose fury burns hot and messy, William's rage comes cold, sharp, and devastatingly controlled. From that point, the online investigation turned ruthless. People enhanced the audio, isolated breaths, compared pitch patterns, even vocal experts weighed in, and soon 3 names surfaced. But one stood out, someone very close to Meghan during her royal rise. Someone who knew every detail of her private life. Meghan's panic, according to insiders, was immediate. "Find out who has the footage," she demanded. Her lawyers tore through NDAs and contracts, trying to hunt down any trace of this mystery recorder. But it didn't matter. Copies existed, mirrors spread, the story had a heartbeat that couldn't be killed. Kate said nothing, not one word. But her silence was deafening, because everyone had seen that look, not anger, but hurt. And that quiet pain turned the whole world to her side. The story transformed from scandal to sympathy, from gossip to heartbreak. People saw Kate not as a royal, but as a woman who had endured too much, too quietly. And then the plot twisted again. Late that night, a tiny TikTok account posted a side-by-side voice match. The mystery whisper compared with an old interview from Meghan's early royal days. Same tone, same phrasing, the same breath pattern. It took only 1 hour for the post to explode. And when the name finally surfaced, the internet collectively gasped. The insider wasn't a stranger. They were someone who helped build Meghan's image, someone she trusted with her strategy, her story, her secrets. When Meghan realized who it was, insiders say she froze, not with anger, with fear. Because if that person had seen enough to record her clashing with Kate, they might have seen everything else too. And then another leak dropped. Not a clip this time, but a message from someone claiming to have worked on the same production. That wasn't the only footage. 5 words and the royal world erupted. Because suddenly, this wasn't just about one clip or one whisper. This was about a vault of unseen footage, and the kind of betrayal that doesn't just ruin reputations, it rewrites history. And that's when William made his first move behind the scenes. Not loud, not theatrical, just that deadly, quiet precision that makes everyone in the palace hold their breath. He didn't call in PR or spin doctors, he called security and communications. That combination only ever means one thing inside royal walls. Something serious is coming. Murmurs started flying down the corridors. This was the same protocol he used during the early Harry and Meghan fallout. Only this time, it wasn't family drama. It was war. Inside Meghan's team, panic turned to dread. Someone muttered, "If that voice is who we think it is, we're finished." And that sentence leaked online within minutes. The internet connected the dots faster than any crisis manager could delete tweets. A tiny audio forensics account dropped a comparison. The whisper behind the camera versus Meghan's own interview cadence. Same breath, same rhythm, same soft hiss at the end of a word. Boom, millions of views in an hour. Suddenly, the guessing stopped. People weren't speculating anymore, they were naming. And when that name hit the feed, the reaction was a collective gasp. Oh my God, it's them. The insider wasn't a stranger, wasn't a rogue staffer. They'd been inside Meghan's bubble when her image was being built, the fragile, glitter-coated transition from Hollywood actress to royal icon. They knew her voice, her posture, her temper. That's why the match sounded so real. Sources say Meghan recognized the voice instantly, even before the internet confirmed it. She froze, not angry, terrified. Because if that person had recorded one clip, then there were probably more. And somewhere, sitting on a hard drive, was the evidence she'd prayed would never surface. Commentators went digging. Old interviews, backstage clips, even social media posts from years back. Patterns started lining up: minor feuds, quiet fallouts, subtle shade that suddenly made perfect sense. The question wasn't what was said in that leaked video anymore, it was why it was being released now. And then the explosion. The second clip leaked, not shared, escaped. First to a private Telegram group, then to a small fan forum, then gone, deleted, but by then it was too late. Screen recording spread like wildfire. This footage wasn't blurry. It was painfully clear. Kate and Meghan, side by side at an event no one even knew was recorded. Meghan leaned in. Again, same tilt, same whisper, but the tone? Pure venom. The audio cut mid-sentence, but the damage was done. Kate's reaction wasn't a flinch, it was heartbreak. The kind of visible, raw hurt that makes even strangers wince. Meghan's lawyers launched emergency takedowns, but the internet laughed. Too late, someone wrote. We've all seen it. The more they tried to bury it, the louder it spread. Analysts dissected every frame. One said, "This isn't tension, it's emotional impact." And that line stuck. Still, no word from William. None from the palace. Not even a whisper. And that silence, calculated, deliberate, felt like a verdict. Then, out of nowhere, a royal correspondent tweeted, "This isn't the worst clip, not even close." 8 words and Meghan's world went into full meltdown. Midnight emergency meetings. Lawyers arguing jurisdiction. PR advisors fighting over statements. Should they blame editing? Should she give an interview? Should she hide? No one agreed. Because the terror wasn't over what had leaked, it was over what hadn't. And then, just one little digital heart. A producer who'd once worked with The Insider liked to comment, "The third clip is the real bomb. That single click set the internet ablaze. If the first showed tension and the second cruelty, what was in the third?" At first, people thought it was fake AI splices, fan edits. Even Meghan's team prayed it was. But metadata doesn't lie. A forensic account traced the file. Same camera, same timestamp, same geotag. It was real. 3 of Meghan's old associates suddenly vanished from social media. Accounts locked, comments turned off, fear everywhere. And fear in scandals means truth. Inside the palace, staff briefed William. When told the third clip might involve private comments about Kate's health at the time, William reportedly stood up, ended the meeting, and said 6 words that froze everyone. "We deal with this properly." Properly in royal language means decisively. Reporters picked up whispers that the third clip had been labeled under internal safeguarding, a term used only when someone inside believes protection is needed. That changed everything. Because this wasn't just about gossip anymore. It was about evidence. And when the first frame of the third clip finally leaked 7 seconds, silent people stopped breathing. Meghan speaking sharply, Kate standing still, listening. Then, just before the cut, Kate's face crumpled. A single, silent flicker of pain that told the entire story, no audio necessary. Reporters said William watched the full version. "It changed everything," one wrote. "He didn't explode. He didn't shout. He just broke." That 7-second silence was louder than any statement ever could be. Then came the palace's move, short, surgical, impossible to misread. The Princess of Wales has endured more than the public will ever know. Her dignity in private moments reflects her character, not the circumstances placed upon her. 1 paragraph, but it hit like a thunderclap. Within 12 hours, the entire tone of global media flipped. Sympathy for Kate surged. Even Meghan's most loyal supporters hesitated. And Meghan's PR team imploded. They issued a rambling statement about misinterpretation and unfair portrayal. It read like panic, not truth. Analysts ripped it apart. Viewers called it hollow. Because Kate hadn't said a single word and yet the world believed her, William made his final, devastating move. Quietly, he requested all archived footage between Meghan and Kate be preserved for historical safeguarding. Not hidden, preserved. That single act finished the war. Transparency versus panic, calm truth versus frantic denial. The world had chosen its side. By nightfall, Kate was home, away from cameras, finally exhaling. William by her side, not the prince, not the heir, but a husband protecting the woman he loves. Every leak, every whisper, every frame had led to this. A royal reckoning not written by tabloids but by truth. And as the credits rolled on this royal storm, one final line from a palace insider echoed across social feeds, chilling and prophetic. This wasn't the finale, it was the beginning of the next war.